Hi everyone, I'm going to shoot a video and this is about my generator enclosure that I built. I've had it for a few years. It's been built for probably about 5 or 7 years. I can't remember when I did it. But I wanted to pull it out this year anyway to change the oil and check the air filter and whatnot. And I'm going to insulate it. It's a little bit noisy, so I have some insulation that I'm going to put in here to just see if I can get it quiet. But here's the construction and how I built it. I poured a pad, and it's basically made out of the I think it's 1/2-inch concrete board and steel studding. The front piece here just drops in like that. It has a little seal on the top, and on the side here it just butts up against. Let's see, that just butts up against here, right against the outside edges. And it just held in place with these here. So I have to modify this too. So this is the exhaust port. So the generator actually connects to this. And it was a flexible, I made something out of silicone. In fact, it was it's a muffin sheet. It was silicone based, and I made a bracket and a flange and everything, but it eventually failed. It's failed a couple times, so I'm actually going to get one of those flexible muffler joints and put it in here. And this is the intake for it. That's the fresh air intake, and I used a dryer vent, the aluminum dryer vent that's flexible, to hook up to the filter housing, the generator. But what I found, again, that one failed too, because it's just shaking, and it's just eventually, makes it break. So I ended up putting a prop rod in it. I messed around with some gas shocks, but they didn't seem to work. The lid's actually pretty heavy because it's concrete board. There's a seal that goes all the way around the top. It's pretty waterproof. Here's the back end of it. The back end of it, I just used a dryer vent that has a screen on it, right, to stop rodents from getting in there. And that's the intake for fresh air. And the exhaust is over here in the middle. And it's got a screen on it too to stop anything from getting in there. And the hinges here, I built them myself. I think it was just easier to make something. So I had some steel laying around, and I just made some brackets like that. That seems to work pretty well. And I went to Home Depot and bought this. This is a attic vent. And it's got a thermostat on it too, so it's kind of cool. So it only comes on when it gets warm inside the box, which basically comes on all the time. So I just made that up. Oh, you can see one of the fittings I had for the prop rod. Didn't seem to work very well. Wouldn't hold the top up. I couldn't get the geometry right, so I just threw a prop rod in it. The intakes aren't quite what should be used. Like, these are for an attic. It just has some screening in here. It does work. I've used it for quite a while. Something better would be like if you built something that came out like that and went down, it was just wide open. You'd have probably a better airflow. But I mean, it runs cool enough. And here's my wiring. It comes through the back of the board here, back of the back wall here, and it comes in, and I have an outlet here. It plugs into, and that goes into a generator panel in the basement that's designed for just a generator and has all the circuits that I want to operate. So it's all balanced too. I balanced that myself. I just used a clamp meter and checked all the appliances and circuits that I wanted to have on the generator, and just balanced it so that one leg wouldn't be pulling more than the other leg. So it works pretty good. I do have to make some changes now that I'm on city water here. I don't need to have a well pump on it, so that opens up quite a few circuits on that. The generator I'm using is just a 9,000 watt generator, but I'll show you once I'm done. I'll take another video and show you how it looks when I'm completed. But this here on the bottom, I use a chain and a lock, heavy duty lock, so just in case somebody thinks they're going to steal it, they're going to have to struggle to get it out of here. They'll get it, but it's not going to be easy. It's a pretty heavy chain and a really good lock. You have to cut it off. Anyway, this might help somebody. I know it was hard for me to figure out what to do, and a lot of stuff on the internet was all based on, like, people were using Rubbermaid bins and compartments, anything made out of plastic, but I wanted something that wasn't going to burn, and that's why I made it like this. So it's really like fairly safe, I would think. It doesn't burn, so that's what I wanted. Anywho, when I get the installation in here, I'll take another video and see how that turns out.